Was that too much? No, get it, girl. Bestie
Hey, welcome to Bestie Therapy, where we talk about the therapy going on in all of our lives. I'm Persephone, and I'm Riles. Get ready to spill the tea. Ooh. So, LOL, I recorded this once, and since I'm not where my setup is, I was driving back from Monroe, and I had it like set up a certain way in here. I was like, hopefully this works. No, it didn't work. So here I am recording this again. But it's so fine. It's so totally cool and awesome and great because I love doing this for you guys. But yeah, LOL, we are doing a split episode again today. I'm so sorry. Just a busy week. Busy. But no regrets. And I'm literally holding up peace signs. No regrets. But today's episode is about falling in love with yourself. Oh, falling in love with myself again. I hope you really liked my song, because I just made it up, as I did a whole entire album. You can listen to on Spotify, Riles, Angelic, if you really want to, But LOL. Okay, so let's talk our updates. Our weekly updates. For me, the Rapunzel show that I'm in, I'm playing Dear Old Mama. It's a children's show at the River Racing Theater. It's happening next week. Woo! For the children. Ah! And that's going to be so fun. So yeah, we had a dress rehearsal tonight. So I just got back home and I haven't eaten din din yet. And I'm debating if I should eat din din or not, or just take a shower and go to bed. Because I'm not really that hungry, but and this is where self-love comes in, baby. You got to take care of your body. So I might have a little snacky. Always take care of yourself. And I need to listen to my own words. LOL, which we'll literally hop into in a second. But I'm also writing a movie. I think I did mention this last week. There's so many projects I'm working on, y'all. And I need to lock down. I'm about halfway through with this movie. I'm not saying the title yet. And me and my friend, when I'm done writing, we have to talk about how we want to execute, because I have big ideas and I always will have big ideas. And so I have to figure out how I want it to be done, because it's fantasy. It's a fantasy movie. Woo! So I need to watch Lord of the Rings. And I actually really need to finish Fantasia too, because I want to pull some ideas. Well, not ideas, because obviously I'm not going to steal anything, but pull inspiration from Fantasia, because I think some of that vibe is kind of along the lines of where my head is at with some of these concepts. So just kind of looking at things for inspiration, just seeing what other people have done, and how I can make mine different from theirs and unique and still really cool. So that's my thought. So let's hop into self-love. Yeah. So here's the thing about ourselves, apparently. Sorry, a little bit slap happy. There's several versions of us, period. We have our baby version, we have our toddler version, we have our little girl, little boy, little child version where we're 5 to 7, and then we turn 8 and we're, having little thoughts of I'm a person, and then you grow, you become a teenager, then you become a late teen, early adult, go to college if that's what you choose, or a trade, or maybe you don't go to college at all, and then you get into your 20s, and then your 30s and your 40s and 50s and 60s and yada yada yada. There's gonna be several versions of us that live, if we're lucky. Oh my goodness, knock on wood, when we get blessed with life. There's like several versions of us. And the really like cool thing about life is that nothing is nothing is going to be like the same all the time. Everything is constantly changing. That is the only thing consistent about life. Where you're at a year ago is not going to be where you're at in like 5 years. Like, you're just going to constantly be changing. And guess what that means? Your soul, your personality, everything that you are will change at least like every decade, in my opinion. Do I really know? I'm literally only 26. No, I'm not like a guru or anything. It's not like I really know, but we are constantly around people that change our thoughts, or an event happens to us that changes our mindset on life. Or maybe we just have a day where we do nothing and you go, I need to do this more, and blah, there you go. I know for me, I know I've talked about it several times, so I'm not going to waste time on it. But I know when I was in college, I went through a dark period, and yes, was I still working hard? Absolutely. But I went through a period of where I needed to shed a character. I played this dumb blonde character that didn't care what anyone said to me, or I didn't mind being the punching bag for people. If you need to let out steam, I can take it, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out, guess what? No, I could not. I couldn't take it. No. But it was the way to avoid conflict. And that was a character I needed to shed, was the girl who tried to avoid conflict. Because guess what? There's going to be conflicts in life. And I don't hate her for it. It's how you learn. And I know not everyone believes in God or the universe or anything, but I know like during that period that's when I like was like, God, I'm good. I'm angry at you right now. And like the 4 or 5 years that I literally was like, no, thank you to God, was like the hardest years of my life. And I needed those years though, so I could circle back and be like, okay, wow, that was really hard. Okay, don't leave me again. Or I won't leave you, like he didn't, but I did. I'm not going anywhere this time, hopefully. Yeah, those were really, really dark times. But what I say is like, I was in a little cocoon, that needed to be blanketed and protected at that time. So when the time was right, I can crack open the little cocoon and fly out. Which I think I'm in that phase right now where I'm just like cracking the cocoon. Like, I don't think I've fully broken through yet, but I'm like really close. But when it came to loving myself through that period, because when I was in high school, I just wanted to be a kid. I was having so much fun. I was a theater kid, choir kid, going to New York, having the time of my life with my friends. I was super confident. I knew exactly what I wanted. And then college happened. Everything was unpredictable. I didn't know what I really wanted anymore. Leaving college, everything changed. I was like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. I was a shell of a person. People might argue that, but I know compared to what I am right now, I was a shell of a person. I did not like myself, and I'll circle back to that in a minute, because I don't think it was actually I didn't like myself. Actually, I'll just say it now, because I'm here. I didn't like the character that I was portraying, and here's why. For several years, I had, and this is not in a schizophrenic way, but I had different people telling me who you need to be, what you should do. Mentors going like, why won't you try this? You should try this. Friends going like, you need this, blah, blah, blah. Why won't you try this? Why do you think you do that? I had a friend one time, I was sitting I think we were sitting at our table, and she literally just started psychoanalyzing me. I don't even remember what it was about, but she's like, so, why do you think you do this? And I was like, why are you psychoanalyzing me? Why are you asking me the dumbest question? But at the time I was like, I don't know, probably because of this. And she's like, interesting. Well, maybe. And was trying, I don't know. It was like almost like a therapy session, but it was really weird. But literally I was being psychoanalyzed, and it was like, in a way where it's like, well, we need to change that. And for years, I had people going like, you need to do this and blah, blah, blah. And I hit that point where it's like, everyone leave me alone. And I isolated. And I think when you're learning to like love yourself, I think I've said it before, self-isolation is such an important thing because you get to push out those voices. Those voices no longer matter. It is just your voice that you listen to. And that's who you get to, that's where you get to decide, who do you want to be? What do you want to do? What mark do you want to make on this world? When do you want to sleep? When do you want to eat? You don't have anyone around you telling you, all right, well, I want Chinese food tonight, or I want Italian. You get to choose what you want. Okay, what kind of food do I like? Maybe I don't really like Italian food, even though I love Italian. But like, maybe I don't like it. But I got it all the time because so-and-so always wanted it, and I just blindly agreed to it. Self-isolation is where you really get to learn about yourself. And I hate to say it, but the people who you're around, like, their energy comes off on you. And sometimes that's who you become for that slight period of time, because that's what you're used to. And I know when I was in college, like, my friends' opinions greatly mattered. And I started to believe in the stuff that they believed in. And I didn't really do my own research for some of these things. I just, well, they believe in it. And yeah, I can agree with some of this. So yeah, but it wasn't like a thing where I went, but do I actually agree with this? Do I? Or am I just saying this to appease my friends or to appease my family? Or am I too afraid to have an opinion? And ding, 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 ding. When you're by yourself, you can start asking those questions and go, oh, wow, I'm a people pleaser. Wow, that's crazy. I had no idea. That's just an example. Not everyone's a people pleaser. Some people really have no issue with saying no. I always had an issue with saying no. I still sometimes have an issue with saying no. But that's something I work on. For me as well, when I was shedding this character, I lost the fake confidence. And for a while, I didn't have confidence at all. But I slowly started to relearn what confidence is and because my confidence was so real in high school. I had so much confidence and lost that all and replaced it with fake confidence in college. And then once I literally isolated, I lost it. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm like, nothing. I actually have a very similar confidence to what I had in high school, which is really cool. But it's like in a new way. It's in a more mature way. It's not like I'm invincible, I can take over the world kind of mentality, but it's like hey, I can do anything that I can put my mind to. And it's a very similar, I don't want to say concept again, but it's very similar. Like, I can take over the world and I can do anything that I want to do. It's just, like I said, more mature way of thinking. I'm not here to take over the world. But I am here to make a mark on the world. And I think that's important for everyone to find. But I think it's important when you start falling in love with yourself, you need to listen to your voice. Don't listen to people of the past. Don't listen to the anxiety voices of the future, which is something I'm learning. Listen to the current voice of your present. What is something that I need today? Do I need to take a walk today? Do I need to stand in the sun today? How can I take care of myself so that I keep living? I think that you want to take care of yourself. We're all here for survival, baby. We are all here to survive. Show your body the love that it needs to just live, to stay alive. We all know that we have our next task. We have our next appointment. We have our next hangout. We have our next family event that we need to get to. And we have our next homework assignment. Push that aside for like 2 seconds and just say, what are the things the necessities that I need to take care of myself today? I need food, water. I need to sleep. At least I can't. I'm not one to talk. I can go on 5 hours of sleep. So ask your body, how much sleep do I need at night? Do I need to have some alone time today? Writing time in my journal today? Or do I need to just turn on a good old TV show for a half hour today? Like, what is something that your body is going to need so you don't burn out? And once again, that's something I am learning because I burn out so easily. I think showing your body that it is okay to be human is the best way to show love. Because when you just, I don't even know, like, what's the best way to explain this? When you think, because I think sometimes that it would be better to be a robot. Once again, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I need to not think I am a person, and a girl needs her rest and decompressing time just as anyone else does. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, y'all. But it was going somewhere. It is really late. It's like 11:13 at night. So I'm just a little sleepy. So I will have to turn in. But I think it's so important to shed a character. And to do that, you need to isolate. You need to literally like rest your body and ask yourself the questions of like, who am I without these other people's opinions? Why do I let other people's opinions get to me and tell me who I need to be? The only voice that matters is yours at the end of the day. Follow your intuition 100%. Your body knows when it's good for you or not. That is something that I've realized. If your body is going into a panic, and a really, not an exciting panic where it's like, oh, wow, this is so exciting. Oh, like a really bad panic, listen to that. That's how you show yourself love and you listen to yourself, is listening to that intuition. And if something genuinely makes you excited, listen to that too. Your body is telling you which way to go, and we might not even really realize it. So listen to your voice. And that's how I've learned to love myself, because I listened to too many voices besides myself. I didn't listen to my voice. Hardly ever. And I wouldn't stand up for myself. And when I started standing up for myself, it showed that I actually cared for me. Where I'm going to leave us all at today is treat yourself how you treat others. I know there's the opposite. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. But sometimes we accept what we think we deserve, even if we don't deserve it. So treat yourself how you treat others. So if you compliment others on the daily, I really love your outfit. Oh, wow, your hair looks so pretty today. Do that to yourself. Look in the mirror and be like, you look really pretty today. Wow, your hair is so pretty. Wow, I love your smile. Oh, your voice is so nice. Oh, why you are so nice. Do that to yourself. Treat yourself how you treat other people. Now, if you're just like a jerk face, well, you probably treat yourself like a jerk too. Because we treat people the way that we treat others how we like see ourselves. So if we're unhappy with our own life, we treat other people in a bad way because we're jealous that they might have a better life than us. You know what I mean? That's just an example. That's not true for everybody. But treat yourself how you treat other people. I rambled on for so long. Does this make any sense? Go off, girly pop. I'm so ready to hear you.
Hi everyone, welcome to Bestie Therapy. It's me, Persephone, back from Patty. I wish I was in Paris, darling. But yes, unfortunately, me and the amazing Miss Riles had to do a split episode this week because our schedules just did not align. And yeah, so sad face, but hopefully we're like in together person next year. Oh my gosh, in person together. Oh my gosh. Hopefully we're in person next week. Sorry, it's been a day. I just got off work, and like, you ever have like one of those like don't get me wrong, I love my job, love it, but sometimes you get stressed out with things going on. And so like, you ever have like a stressed out brain, and then you have to go do something right afterwards after work, when you're like had a stressful shift or whatever, and you're just like, I can't even think what 2 plus 2 is. So yeah, that's where my brain is right now. But it's fine, darling. But yeah, welcome. So this week we are talking about Bestie, I love myself, or I don't really know the exact title. I let Riley pick the title, so she can pick the title. But like, today we are talking about loving ourselves, baby. And I know we talk about that like a lot. But baby, sometimes we need reminding, and I know personally I need reminding a lot. And that's on mental health. But we are helping our mental health, baby, you know what I mean. But before we get into that, let's talk about life updates. This weekend it's Pride. Happy Pride, babes. Oh my gosh, happy Pride. Happy Pride, y'all. Forgot, I should have said at the beginning, but oh my gosh, yes, we're doing Pride. We're doing Pride. Yes, me and Riley are only doing, her and I are the only people on earth doing Pride. Yes, that's when I'm kidding. But no, we're doing Pride. We Michigan has Pride. It is Pride Month. Thank you. There we go. It's Pride Month, so like, celebrate. If you are a part of the LGBT community, part of the rainbow flag familia, then please, please, please celebrate. And if you are an ally, then baby, join us, party with us, shake that ass. But no, yes, this is Pride Month, so like, just if you have queer friends, support them. If you are queer yourself, then support yourself, love yourself, baby. This is the month to do it, and this is the episode to do it. But yeah, so with that being said, this weekend is Pride, and I wanted to go with my friends, but unfortunately it just didn't work out. I'm like, I do have some like adult things that I have to do, and I'm like, if I focus on this weekend and do those things, then you know what, I can celebrate Pride maybe next weekend or the weekend after, and somewhere else, somewhere in another city or whatever. I don't have to just celebrate, Detroit Pride. So yeah. But we're doing great this week. I actually, like, low key, so in the new house that I'm at, like, there's a backyard, and like it's just very naturey, and like I just go out there and think a lot, and like, write, work on projects, stuff like that. And like, I know I always say, guys, I finished my story, but no, like, you ever just like I added on to my story, like you add on to your story, and like you figure out a greater plot, a better plot, and like, it was just very refreshing. And now I'm just like, okay, now I have to get this laptop fixed so I can like write it. Because no, I have been writing in it, but it's like it's on my phone and on my iPad. I'm like, ugh, babe, I miss my keyboard. And like, I had my laptop for like, it was working for a good amount because it was new and it was Apple, and I got it for, I had it for a minute. Not for a minute, but like, it was like, I had it for a good amount of time, let's just say that. And I guess when I put like the screen protector on it, there was like somehow a crumb like in the screen protector. And like this, I've had the laptop for like 6 months now. And I like closed it and opened it, and the screen was just shattered. I know, and I should have gotten insurance. I know, babes. But your whole bought it with a gift card, okay? And we were just trying to save some freaking money, okay? So it cracked. It cracked. Am I crying? Yes. Am I about to like fall over a cliff and just, say bye-bye, cool bird? I will never. I could never. I would never. But joking. But no, I will not be doing that. But it is the most horrible thing that could ever happen to me. First world problems, darling. No, kidding. No, we have a lot more problems. We're not going to go talk about that, though. We're not going to talk about that. But no, yeah. So I know I'm just dramatic, and as a diva should. But yeah. So now I'm like, okay, we got to get that fixed, and then we can like be in a like be more comfortable typing it, because like don't get me wrong, it's cool to type on your laptop and on your phone, but it's like annoying sometimes. And the library is cool, but sometimes I just want to be alone. Like, don't get wrong, like I don't know, like I don't want to be around people sometimes. Like sometimes I'm just a little black cat, you know. Okay, let us get to the topic, baby. So let's talk about loving ourselves. Darling, please. It's sometimes it's a hard thing. Sometimes it's hard to really love yourselves. Love ourselves, I'll say. Um, I am still on that journey of learning to like who I am, love who I am, be comfortable with who I am. And when I was younger, it was way better. Yes, I was still like, just figuring out who I was and everything. But like as a kid, you're more confident as a kid, So I didn't even like loving myself wasn't even a concept when I was a kid. Like it was just like I'm just a kid doing my thing, blah 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 blah, Pokemon. Like that's how it was, and I was just like live my best life as a kid, and I head into clouds. And then high school started. Oh, high school. Oh, the hell of all adolescence. Kidding. But like it's like oh the hell of all teenagers, let me tell you that. Joking, I promise I'm joking, mostly. But I had fun in high school, so I can't even say anything. It's just high school is like you need to like you're literally figuring out who you are. And like when I figured out that I was gay in high school, I was like, well, I'm not gonna say it, but I was the big letter F were like, "Fo," and put into words. But and so like that just like really affected, I guess, definitely my confidence, but also like since I was figuring out who I was, I just wanted to be free and express myself, and I wanted to be like a star, and like I wanted people to look at me, and so I dressed weirdly and dressed them because I wanted to express myself and just like self-expression, just have fun with who I am, like like it's like basically being a Monster High character, just dressing to be fabulous and loving myself and all that jazz. And that was just like I don't know, it was fun just having that magnetic energy inside yourself and just discovering who you are, but also like feeling at home and feeling it safe with who you are. um I really believe that like joining the mission team that I joined after high school really did my light. And it like it just with all like the uniformity, but also just all the rules, but also all the morals and what they believed in really dimmed my light. And then after that, like just going into college, like I did a complete 180 and just completely expressed my gay self and loved it for who I was. And like then after we went to like that was like community college, and when I went to university, like I think my confidence just kept on getting stomped on because I hadn't honestly I think it got stomped because I wasn't performing. And I loved performing in high school, and I wanted it in college, but um it just didn't work out, whether it was like parents or a job or just my own insecurities like about like being me. So I think that really stopped me from like I didn't think I was good enough at one point. And so I just stopped like performing. And then when I entered university for theater, like it was since I wasn't allowed to, do theater or anything like that, I think that really stopped me. For like since I wasn't allowed to major in theater, I think that really stopped me from even like going after it with 100%. And so yes, I minored in theater, and like I was in some shows, but like you ever sometimes get cast as like chorus or background or extras, and that's cool. Like that's a-okay. Nothing's wrong with being like an ensemble character. But I really feel like I wasn't able to discover who I was an actor, and maybe I think that's probably part of my fault too, because like I think my confidence was very low, and I once you start believing like something, sometimes your mind just like doesn't even want to go there. And so like after high school, when I discovered I was not high school after college, when I discovered I was trans, that really made my confidence go like from up high to very low. because like it's some days I have the highest confidence, some days like it's lowest confidence, and I guess confidence is not the right word. Some days I have the highest level of self-loving myself ever, and then some days I really have a low self-love for me. And I'm not trying to take this on a sad note. This is not supposed to sad episode. Riley, I'm so sorry. Please, please. I know we talked. I know we said that sad episodes together, but no, it's not supposed to be sad. And that's just my journey, and that's just on a path, my path, and on a path that I am. So I am on. But and that's okay. And like, you know what? We're rediscovering who we are, and like I'm learning that I love pink. That's like my favorite color, and I love like mermaids and like the flowy styles. Like I'm learning my like what I like in fashion and what I like just in general, and rediscovering who I am. And it's scary, very scary. And just also trying to like love my body. And it's hard. Being trans is hard sometimes, I'll be honest. And like trying to like love myself as a person, because I don't know, sometimes it feels like when I was like from birth, the world betrayed, like the world betrayed you sometimes, because you're not in a body that you feel most comfortable with. And like there are fears of like, do I look feminine enough, do I look too masculine, stuff like that. And then from there it's like, well, if I look too masculine, will people, try to hurt me, because some people aren't comfortable with trans people. So it is scary. And I think it made my self-confidence go very low, which made my self-worth and self-love go low. But this is the era of change. It is 2026. Fuck what everyone thinks, okay? Like, we are not going to let what other people's opinions of us dictate on how we should live our lives, okay? It's 2026, like, babe. Like the world is too messed up for us to be caring about what other people think about us. Also, like, we are grown now, y'all. It is our job. It is like our duty now as adults to love ourselves, because, babe, like, this is our big one. This is life, babe. This is our big one. This is our big thing we're gonna do, okay, baby? So, like, let's live life. Viva la vida, okay? Like, let's make this life ours, because it was given to us. So why not, pop off and make it ours? So, with all that being said, Riley, I am so sorry. I know you're editing. I know I talk a lot. Like, I know I really should have gone into like how to love yourself more. Like, but that's just not me. I have to give a backstory, darling. I have to talk. But now let's talk about like some things that like I'm doing personally. Like, you can too if you want. Like, just to like love yourselves more. Personally, I am like figuring out, like, I guess figure out your reason why you want to love yourself more. Like, for me, it's because I honestly just want to like enjoy life to the best of my ability and like live on my highest vibration. And there are times where I really, really don't feel like doing it, but like it's literally changing your mindset. Like, I just want to have fun. Like, that's my reason. I just want to have fun in life. So I'm changing my life to have fun, because like who wants a miserable life, like not me. Ooh. But if I did have to live a miserable life, but if it was with Fire Lord Zuko, Prince Zuko, oh my I'm okay with a miserable life, because he fine just like his daddy. Let me stop. However, let's get back on topic. But we want to live like I want to live a fun life, so that's my reason why. But also, like, I would say, I think each of us have a version of ourselves that we want to become. Like, we have a vision of like, if we had the best life ever, how would we act in the world? How would we be? And I don't know, I say create that character, and just be in their energy, you know? And I know it's hard. It's definitely hard. But like, if I could be like anyone in the world, mine would be like Stella from Winx Club. I just love that girl because not only is she like she's hilarious and beautiful, but she's also kind. And yes, she's like tough and direct sometimes, but it's to her friends, and it's just either to make the moment. It's honestly just sorry, I need to stop because she's too funny. But yeah, she makes that commentary either one for the audience to be funny, but like, but also because she speaks her mind, and like she had just had she's confident, you know, when she says those remarks. It's to have her friends see a different viewpoint, and you know, to change for the better, you know, or just she stands up for herself, you know, and she loves who she is, and she's so grounded in her own energy in that way. And so that's why I want to be, you know, I want to be grounded, and but also like be in my own energy and love life like she does, but also love myself and like put myself first and have that self, I guess, that underlying truth that this is who I am. I will not apologize, and I will stand in my power and shine as bright as I can, not just for me, but for others. And you know, I think that's beautiful. So sorry if I rambled a little. But yeah, my only 2 points I say would be to one, sorry, still exhausted from work. But I say my 2 points would be to find your reason, and also to create that character, because I don't know, because sometimes when you think about yourself as a person, you think about yourself really low, but if you think about someone else, like your mindset changed, and think of them, and I guess your vibration goes higher, or you think of them as way better than yourselves. So, and sometimes that can like trick your brain into thinking that you're good enough too, or you can play the part. Like what I like to do is I kind of think of the person I want to be. Like, I kind of think of life as me taking care of an avatar. Like, that's kind of a new thing that I'm trying to do and starting to do, where like me myself, I feel like I'm like so blessed. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not cool enough, blah, 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 whatever it may be. But then when I'm like, let's playing a video game and I have an avatar to take care of, like a person in the game that I need to take care of, I like make them the best person, or the person I want to be. I like, you know, take care of them. And I'm starting to put myself in avatar shoes. Like, hey, it's okay. I might not be able to be my best cheerleader, but I can be the best cheerleader from avatar. And I pretend I'm my avatar, and you know, do what I need to do for myself as that avatar, and it helps out a lot. So I don't know the psychology of it. I'm as you can tell, I'm not really that book smart, not really that street smart, but that's okay, because I'm still having a great time, baby. So yeah, but but thank you guys for listening. I know this has been a little crazy, but you know, that's life, baby. But we hope you guys are doing well. Remember to email us at bestietherapy@gmail.com if you guys have any questions, stories, or anything like that. We are also on Instagram at bestietherapy1 if you want to say hi. But also, y'all, remember, and self-love self-love starts with us. And sometimes it just looks like taking one step at a time. And remember, y'all, to embrace the rain and be the sunshine. Bye. Girl, I cannot stop this. There we go.